And you shall make an altar from decay-resistant wood, the length of 5 cubits, and the width of 5 cubits. The altar shall be square, and its height of 3 cubits. And you shall make horns on the 4 corners. The horns shall be part of it, and you shall cover them with bronze. And you shall make a rim for the altar, and its cover, and its saucers, and its meat hooks, and its firepan, and all its utensils you shall make of bronze. And you shall make for it a bronze hearth with gridwork. And you shall make for the hearth 4 bronze rings on the 4 sides. And you shall place them under the altar's hearth beneath. Now the hearth shall extend unto the middle of the altar. And you shall make poles for the altar from decay-resistant wood. And you shall bronze plate them with bronze. And you shall insert the poles into the rings, and let the poles be down at the sides of the altar when lifting it. Hollow with planks you shall make it. According to that which was shown to you on the mountain, so you shall make it. And you shall make a courtyard for the tent. For the side towards the southwest, the courtyard's hangings shall be from twisted linen, a length of 100 cubits on one side. And their pillars shall be 20, and their bases 20, bronze, and their hooks and bands silver. Likewise, for the side towards the east there shall be hangings, a length of 100 cubits. And their pillars shall be 20, and their bases 20, bronze, and the hooks and bands of the pillars, and the bases silver-plated with silver. Now the width of the courtyard opposite the sea, hangings of 50 cubits. Their pillars shall be 10, and their bases 10. And the width of the courtyard towards the south, hangings of 50 cubits. Their pillars shall be 10, and their bases 10. And the height of the hangings for one side shall be 15 cubits. Their pillars shall be 3, and their bases 3. And the second side, the height of the hangings shall be 15 cubits. Their pillars shall be 3, and their bases 3. And for the gate of the courtyard there shall be a covering, the height of 20 cubits, with embroidery of needlework from blue and purple, and twisted scarlet and twisted linen. Their pillars shall be 4, and their bases 4. All the pillars of the courtyard surrounding shall be silver-plated with silver, and their capitals silver, and their bases bronze. Now the length of the courtyard shall be 100 by 100, and width 50 by 50, and height of 5 cubits, from twisted linen, and their bases bronze. And all the equipment and all the utensils, and the pegs of the courtyard shall be bronze. And you instruct the sons of Israel, and let them take for you oil from olives, refined, pure, pressed, for light, in order that the lamp might burn continuously. In the tent of witness, outside of the veil that is over the covenant, Aaron and his sons shall burn it from evening until morning before the Lord. This is a perpetual precept for your descendants from the sons of Israel. And you bring near to yourself both Aaron your brother, and his sons from the sons of Israel to serve me as priests, Aaron and Nadab and Abiud and Eleazar, and Ithamar, sons of Aaron. And you shall make a holy vestment for Aaron, your brother, for honor and glory. And you tell all those skilled in mind, whom I have filled with the spirit of perception, and they shall make the holy vestment of Aaron for the holy place, in which he shall serve me as priest. And these are the vestments that they shall make: the chestpiece and the shoulder strap, and the full-length robe, and tasseled tunic, and turban and sash. And they shall make holy vestments for Aaron and his sons to serve me as priests. And they shall take the gold and the blue and the purple and the scarlet and the linen. And they shall make the shoulder strap from twisted linen, woven work of an embroiderer. There shall be 2 shoulder straps for it, joined one to the other, attached at the 2 sides. And the web of the shoulder straps which is on it, in accordance with its fabrication, shall be of gold and blue and purple and spun scarlet and twisted linen. And you shall take 2 emerald stones, and shall engrave on them the names of the sons of Israel, 6 names on the one stone, and 6 remaining names on the second stone, according to their generations. With the work of the gem-cutter's craft, engraving of a seal, you shall engrave the 2 stones with the names of the sons of Israel. And you shall set the 2 stones on the shoulders of the shoulder strap. Stones of remembrance they shall be for the sons of Israel. And Aaron shall bear the names of the sons of Israel before the Lord, on his 2 shoulders, a remembrance for them. And you shall make small shields of pure gold. And you shall make 2 tassels from pure gold, intermingled with flowers, a work of braiding. And you shall place the braided tassels on the small shields, on their shoulder straps on the front sides. And you shall make an oracle of judgments, work of an embroiderer, according to the shape of the shoulder strap you shall make it. From gold and blue and purple and twisted scarlet and twisted linen you shall make it. It shall be square doubled, the length a span and the width a span. And you shall interweave it in a 4-rowed, stone-holding web. A row of stones shall be sardius, topaz, and emerald, the first row. And the second row carbuncle and lapis lazuli and jasper. And the third row ligurian and agate and amethyst. And the fourth row chrysolite and beryl and onyx, covered around by gold, bounded up together in gold. Let them be according to their row. And let the stones be from the names of the sons of Israel, 12 corresponding to their names. Let them be engraved of seals, each corresponding to the name for the 12 tribes. And you shall make on the oracle plated tassels, chainwork of pure gold. And you shall make on the oracle 2 gold rings, and you shall put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the oracle, and you shall put the 2 gold chains on the 2 rings towards the ends of the oracle. And the 2 ends of the 2 chains you shall put on the 2 bands, and you shall put them on the shoulders of the shoulder strap on the front of its face. And you shall make 2 gold rings, and you shall put them on the 2 ends of the oracle, on the edge of it, that is towards the inside before the shoulder strap. And you shall make 2 gold rings, and you shall put them on the 2 shoulders of the shoulder strap beneath, proportionately from the front of its joining, above the contrivance of the shoulder strap. And they shall join the oracle from its ring to the ring of the shoulder strap, by the blue thread, in order that it might be on the contrivance of the shoulder strap. And the oracle shall never be separated from the shoulder strap. And Aaron shall take the names of the sons of Israel on the oracle of judgment on his chest, as he enters into the holy place, a remembrance before God. And you shall place on the oracle of judgment the tassels. You shall place the chains on both sides of the oracle. And the 2 little shields you shall place upon both the shoulders of the shoulder strap in the front. And you shall place in the oracle of judgment the disclosure and the truth. And it shall be on the chest of Aaron whenever he enters into the holy place before the Lord. And Aaron shall bear the judgments of the sons of Israel on his chest before the Lord always. And you shall make a 4-foot undergarment entirely blue, and its collar shall be in the middle, having a border around the collar, work of a weaver, with the binding interwoven with it, lest it be torn. And you shall make on the hem of the undergarment below little pomegranates, as a flowering pomegranate tree, from blue and purple and spun scarlet and twisted linen, upon the hem of the undergarment around, and the same form, little gold pomegranates and bells between them round about. Beside a little golden pomegranate, a bell and a blossom on the hem of the undergarment around. And its sound shall be heard for Aaron in his ministering, as he enters into the holy place before the Lord, and comes out, lest he die. And you shall make a pure gold thin plate, and shall put in relief in it, the relief of the seal, holiness of the Lord. And you shall place it on twisted blue, and it shall be on the headdress. It shall be at the front of the headdress. And it shall be on the forehead of Aaron. And Aaron shall take away the sins of the holy things, whichever the sons of Israel have consecrated, every donation of their holy things. And it shall be on Aaron's forehead, making them acceptable before the Lord. And the fringes of the tunics shall be of linen, and you shall make a linen turban, and a sash you shall make, work of an embroiderer. And for the sons of Aaron you shall make tunics and sashes, and you shall make turbans for them for honor and glory. And you shall put them on Aaron, your brother, and his sons with him. And you shall anoint them, and fill their hands, and consecrate them, so that they may serve me as priests. And you shall make for them linen undergarments, to hide the shame of their flesh. From hip to thighs they shall be. And Aaron and his sons shall wear them, whenever they enter the tent of witness, or whenever they come near to the altar of the holy place to minister. And they shall not bring unto themselves sin, lest they die, a perpetual precept for him, and his seed after him. And these are the things that you shall make for them to consecrate them, so that they serve me as priests. You shall take 1 young calf from the cattle, and 2 rams without blemish, and unleavened loaves kneaded with oil, and unleavened cakes coated with oil. You shall make them with fine flour from wheat, and you shall place them upon 1 reed basket, and bring them near on the reed basket, and the young bull and the 2 rams. And Aaron and his sons you shall bring near to the doors of the tent of witness, and wash them with water. And taking the vestments you shall clothe Aaron your brother, with both the full-length robe, and the shoulder strap and the oracle, and you shall join together the oracle to the shoulder strap for him. And you shall place the headdress on his head, and place the thin plate, holiness, on the headdress. And you shall take some of the oil of anointing, and pour it upon his head, and anoint him. And his sons you shall bring near, and clothe them with tunics, and gird them with the sashes, and put on them the turbans, and they shall have a priesthood to me forever. And you shall validate the hands of Aaron, and the hands of his sons. And you shall bring near the calf to the doors of the tent of witness, and Aaron and his sons shall place their hands on the head of the calf, before the Lord by the doors of the tent of witness. And you shall slaughter the calf before the Lord by the doors of the tent of witness. And you shall take from the blood of the calf, and place on the horns of the altar with your finger. Then all the remaining blood you shall pour beside the base of the altar. And you shall take all the fat upon the intestines, and the lobe of the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat on them, and place on the altar. But the flesh of the calf, and the skin, and the excrement, you shall burn with fire outside the camp, for it is of sin. And the 1 ram you shall take, and Aaron and his sons shall place their hands on the head of the ram, and you shall slaughter it, and taking the blood, you shall pour it against the altar round about. And the ram you shall divide limb by limb, and wash the entrails and feet with water, and place on the divided parts with the head. And you shall offer up the whole ram on the altar, as a whole burnt offering to the Lord, for an odor of fragrance. It is a sacrifice for the Lord. And you shall take the 2nd ram, and Aaron and his sons shall place their hands on the head of the ram, and you shall slaughter it, and take some of its blood, and place it on the lobe of Aaron's right ear, and on the tip of the right hand, and on the tip of the right foot, and on the lobes of his sons' right ears, and on the tips of their right hands, and on the tips of their right feet. And you shall take from the blood that is from the altar, and from the oil of anointing, and sprinkle on Aaron and on his vestments and his sons, and the vestments of his sons with him. And he shall be consecrated, and his vestments and his sons and the vestments of his sons with him. But the blood of the ram you shall pour against the altar round about. And you shall take from the ram its fat, and the fat covering the intestines, and the lobe of the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat on them, and the right shoulder, for this is validation, and a loaf, 1 from oil, and a cake, 1 from the reed basket of unleavened things placed before the Lord. And you shall place all these things on the hands of Aaron, and on the hands of his sons, and you shall deduct them as an advanced deduction before the Lord. And you shall take these things from their hands, and offer up on the altar of the whole burnt offering for an odor of fragrance before the Lord. It is a sacrifice for the Lord. And you shall take the breast from the ram of validation, which is for Aaron, and set it apart as something set apart before the Lord. And it shall be for you for a share. And you shall consecrate the breast as something set apart, and the shoulder of the advanced deduction, which has been set apart, and which has been deducted in advance from the ram of validation, from Aaron and from his sons. And it shall be for Aaron and his sons a perpetual precept from the sons of Israel. For this is an advanced deduction, and it shall be an advanced deduction from the sons of Israel, from the victims of deliverance, an advanced deduction for the Lord. And the vestment of the holy place that is for Aaron shall be for his sons after him, for them to be anointed in them and to validate their hands. For 7 days the priest who replaces him from his sons shall wear these things, who shall enter into the tent of witness, to minister in the holy things. And you shall take the ram of validation, and boil the flesh in a holy place. And Aaron and his sons shall eat the flesh of the ram, and the loaves in the reed basket, beside the doors of the tent of witness. They shall eat these things, that they have been consecrated by, to validate their hands, to consecrate them, and an alien shall not eat from these things, for they are holy. But if there should remain any of the flesh of the sacrifice of validation, and of the loaves until morning, you shall burn the leftovers with fire. It shall not be eaten, for it is something made holy. And you shall do to Aaron and his sons thus according to all things that I commanded you. For 7 days you shall validate their hands, and the young calf for the sin you shall do on the day of the purification. And you shall purify the altar when you perform consecration for it. And you shall anoint it, so that you consecrate it. For 7 days you shall purify the altar and consecrate it. And the altar shall be holy of the holy. Everyone who touches the altar shall be consecrated. And these are things that you shall do on the altar: 2 yearling lambs without blemish each day upon the altar perpetually, an offering in perpetuity. The 1 lamb you shall do in the morning, and the 2nd lamb you shall do in the evening. And 1/10 of fine flour mixed with beaten oil, the 1/4 of a hin, and a libation, the 1/4 of a hin of wine, with the 1 lamb. And the 2nd lamb you shall do in the evening, in accordance with the morning sacrifice, and in accordance with its libation you shall do, an odor of fragrance, and offering for the Lord, a sacrifice in perpetuity throughout your generations, at the doors of the tent of witness before the Lord, by which I will be known to you there, so as to speak to you. And I will there prescribe for the sons of Israel, and I will be regarded as holy by my glory. And I will consecrate the tent of witness and the altar, and Aaron and his sons I will consecrate to serve me as priests. And I will be invoked among the sons of Israel, and will be their God. And they will know that I am the Lord their God, who brought them from the land of Egypt, to be invoked by them, and to be their God.